Welcome to CIS at Upper Iowa University. My name is Dr. Keith Buckley. Welcome to the class. I hope we'll have a very positive semester here and we'll get to learn some different things about the current issues in sport and our different perspectives on that. Some of you have already taken my classes and there is a couple of changes in this one that hopefully you'll appreciate. And like I say, I really look forward to working with you. I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to walk through the course a little bit. And we'll go to the content, where you'll see our learning objectives, which obviously you can read through at any of your any opportunities. We go to the syllabus. And the simple syllabus is right here. There was a little bit of confusion in the last class, so please read through the syllabus and make sure that it parallels with the assignments on the learning platform. The only assignments that are due are those that are on the learning platform. Okay, but obviously we would like the syllabus to be coincided with what's on the learning platform. So please read through this in the first day or two and make sure that everything makes sense in order for you to understand what the expectations are. These are the assignments. So in week 1, we have a reflection. Week 2, another reflection and then a case study. Week 3, we have a group case study. Week 4, position statement and a podcast. Week 5 is a research paper. Week 6 is a reflection and another group case study. Week 7 is a group podcast and an individual case study. And week 8 is the final project. You are more than welcome to go ahead. You don't have to go week by week. I know it's different. We all have different time commitments. And you may do so, but obviously in terms of the group work, we would expect that to be that week that the assignment has been issued. And we'll talk about group work in a little bit. In terms of the discussions, I ask you not to go ahead with discussions. Do that week by week, because I may change a discussion if I feel something is very important within sport and needs to discuss, rather than the discussions that have already been laid out. Most weeks there is a current event analysis for you to do as well. Yeah. So for those that have taken my classes before, the biggest difference is the case study. So I've signed up with the Harvard Publisher Education, and we're going to do 4 case studies. There is a cost of about $5 for each case. However, I feel that is much different than having to pay for a whole textbook of case studies, which could get us up over $100. So if you look at the case study from the MBA, this would be the expectation. Discuss the case, give an overview, answer the following questions. What are the implications and what are the conclusions and recommendations? And the expectation will be, it will be a report of about 2 to 3 pages. And I will give you an example of another class that I've had that wrote up a similar case study. So where do we get these case studies from? Obviously, there is an announcement that's given out this morning, which is going to give all my contact information, but it's also going to give you the address for where you're going to receive these 4 case studies. And here is that address. When you click and export this URL, it will take you to the course pack, which is going to give you the 4 course packs, the 4 cases. Nike, the US Women's National Soccer Team, National Football League and brain injuries, and East meets West in the LPGA. And these are the 4 case studies. So here is for the first one on Nike. This is the case that you will be reading. We read through the case, then you give an overview of the case, you answer the questions, give a 2022 update, and give your conclusions and recommendations. So this, for those that have taken my classes before, this really replaces the 30 for 30s that we did in the previous class. And I think that you'll find that this will be a good way of learning about important issues in sport and gives you a different way to analyze that. Now, I do like to use groups, and I know some of you will think, oh my God, I don't want to be in a group. I do all the work, and the other people don't do the work, and they get the good grades. Well, that's not been the case so far in the courses that I've taught here at this university. And the podcast, and again, those of you that have taken my class before, I do a podcast where we get 3 to 4 students will meet, and basically over a 30-minute Zoom, we discuss different issues here. We're talking about women in sport, the NIL conference realignment, subsidizing professional stadiums. And basically, it's the opportunity for you to meet and discuss issues within sport within a smaller group, and for you to get an understanding of what other students are thinking about when it's not put in a discussion format, which can get a little bit old. So it's a little bit more interactive, and some of the groups really do a good job and really expand on what they thought, and within the group they really get a sense of unity and sense of they're all working towards the same goal and get an understanding other people's points of view. And so what is the groups? So this is group 1, which is Caden, Mitchell, Josh, and Wendy. Group 2 is Katie, Colin, and Tim. Group 3 is Carl, Joe, and Braden, sorry, I apologize. And group 4 is Bryce, Connolly, and Chris. So they're your groups. You have 2 podcasts to do and 2 group assignments in terms of the case study. When you do your group assignment on the case study, if we look at the case study of US women's soccer, when we do the groups for the case study, it's to present on PowerPoint with narration, if possible. If you could make it a YouTube, that would be great. 6 to 8 slides. You discuss the case. You do a SWOT analysis of the US women's soccer team. Answer these questions. And then what are your conclusion recommendations? So it would be as if you were presenting it. If we were in class, you'll be presenting it in class. So, the key is working together, is getting the technology right. And obviously, splitting up the work in equal dues. Okay. So we don't want anybody taking over the presentation, but also everybody will need to contribute. So that's a quick introduction. I hope that this is going to make things a little bit easier for everybody. Like I say, in the announcement that follows this YouTube, what you'll see is my contact information. The easiest way to contact me is texting. Remember, I'm on Eastern time, so please no midnight texts. But generally, if you have a question, that's probably going to be the same for everybody else. So if you give me a text, I'll make an announcement and I'll clear up any confusion. On email, obviously, you can use my Upper Iowa email. I also have an email at Rollins College, which I'll give you to that as well. And the idea being that any confusion or misunderstanding, we can solve very, very quickly. If it is to do with your grade, then please email me through the Upper Iowa system. So enjoy your first week. I'm looking forward to working with you. And please, if you have any questions, get in touch with me right away. Thank you.